All right, so today we got kind of an interesting little video. We're going to be doing Would You Rather. We're going to have different opinions, I'm guessing, because we're pretty, we're similar, opinion-wise and stuff like that, but this is going to be a little bit different, so let's get into it.
Yeah. All right. So we got have a set out path in life or have complete unknowns.
Unknowns. I wouldn't want to know, because then it's just like the waste of life.
I would say
That
unknowns.
sounded so
Probably
cringy,
that
dude.
did sound funny.
Yeah.
Okay,
Really?
54%.
Okay.
That kind of makes
Wait,
sense.
which one did you pick? The unknown?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did too.
Never be able to watch movies. Never be able to read. Never be able to read
Yeah,
books.
that's an easy one, dude.
Dude, what?
Just put subtitles on YouTube.
I'm surprised 34%.
They're just doing that. They're just doing that to try to impress the host.
Get a flat tire, run out of gas. I'd rather run out of gas.
Yeah, a flat tire is way more expensive.
I feel like
way rather run out of gas.
It depends on the situation. Like you could have a flat tire and you just have to air it up and it's like okay.
But if it's slashed,
if it's like really bad damage, then that can be different.
Okay, in the situation it's slashed, and then in the gas situation, we're on the road, like driving like 50.
I'd say I'd rather run out of gas.
I'd still rather run out of gas. Yeah. Dude, what?
Wow.
All right.
That's surprising. Fly first class for every commercial flight, private jet for every flight, but only be able to bring 50. Private jet.
But you only get to bring half your luggage?
Private jet.
First class is good too, because they make you food and stuff.
I'd rather...
And you get all your stuff.
Yeah, if you only have to bring... If, like, half of your stuff is still, like... Just bring the stuff you need.
And then buy stuff when you're there.
Because,
clearly, if you have a private jet, you're obviously doing pretty good. So
yeah, you're doing good then.
50% probably.
That's crazy.
Dude, I don't agree with a lot of these so far. I'm surprised the percentages are that way.
Proficient in a foreign language, mathematics. I'd say different language.
I need mathematics. I need that.
Okay, I'm going to say different language. We'll see. 52%.
Pretty much split.
Okay.
I need the math one.
I'm already half decent at math. If I could speak a different language, that'd be cool. Chaotic society, strictly controlled.
Okay, definitely chaotic, dude.
Yeah.
That's an easy one.
That's a lot of people, I feel like, that want a controlled society. Act on Broadway, movies, TV.
That'd be sick.
Probably a lot more.
That's like a dream job almost.
Yeah, 85%.
I don't even know what Broadway is, to be honest.
I think it's like concerts, and I don't even know how to explain it. It's like music, like theater stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, nobody would want to do that. That sucks.
Some people maybe would. Spend a year living in a space station. Spend a year living in a submarine. I would say.
I'd say a submarine, because if something goes wrong in space, you're like there's no chance you survive. But if something goes wrong in a submarine, there is like a super small chance you survive, but not great. I'd rather be in a submarine.
I would say space.
Just to say you went to space.
75-25. 3 wishes from a genie, 100 million.
The genie, dude. Yeah.
Dude, you could... Okay, number one, you could ask for all the money in the world.
Yeah, which you shouldn't do, because then it wouldn't be worth anything, which... I would still ask for 100 million, and then I would ask for, like, 2
I would say... Okay, well, before we do this, if you had 3 wishes from a genie, what would you do?
Can't say that one. Can't say that one. $500 million. No, I'm just kidding. I would get a fully bulletproof Cybertruck, right? Which I could probably buy with the 500 mil, but it would just be a free add-on. I would get that. I would get the 100 or the 500 mil, and then I would make myself the greatest baseball player in the world. That's what I would do.
I would say, give me. I would say just like superhuman, like
powers.
No,
oh,
not
I didn't
powers,
even think of that, dude. I didn't even think of superpowers.
Just like insane, like peak, physical attributes. So like peak strength, peak endurance, peak speed, like best in the world, everything like that. And if I could somehow loop that into one, that would be crazy.
Yeah, it would.
Just be like peak.
Just
human,
say, make
peak
me the
human
most
abilities.
Yeah.
If I could have that, that'd be cool.
You could have just said, like, make me the most physically fit person in the world.
Peak human abilities. And then Like,
I forgot about flying and stuff, dude. I totally forgot about that.
And then if I could
Freeze time and invisibility. No, I'm just kidding.
if I could if I could have like all the money I would ever need, whatever number that would be.
Probably like 500 million. That's a good number.
I feel like that's so much, it's insane. But then
you wouldn't be able to spend that.
And then if I could also have like some sort of like superpower, that'd be cool. If I could rewind time for a minute,
that'd be cool. But that would be really cool. Sus.
No, I mean just think about. Okay, rewind time for 10 minutes actually, because think about this: if you ever go into a situation with someone and you have a conversation, and you're like, "Damn, that was really stupid. I shouldn't have said that."
Yeah.
You can just rewind time, and then say it again.
Yeah.
Or if you like.
Dude, imagine going on a date with the freaking 10-minute rewind. That'd be sick.
I feel like that would be really dangerous.
Mess up.
I feel like that would be really dangerous, though, because you could get into any situation, and as long as you don't die, you would be fine. Yeah. You could literally
live forever.
You could be...
Technically.
Well, I guess.
If you said you could rewind 10 minutes.
You could be paralyzed. Like, you could get in a crazy accident, be paralyzed, rewind time, and then you're fine. So, actually, I wouldn't want that, because then I would be too reckless, and then I might die. Yeah. So I don't know what my other one's going to be, but we got to get
I would definitely pick the genie, dude.
Yeah. We've been on this one for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, I didn't see it.
It's fine. You can't go back.
Have the most epic goodbye whenever you leave. Have the most epic entrance.
The entrance, for sure. But no, dude.
I would say goodbye.
How funny would it be if you were like taking a shit and you left the toilet and it was just like it was like an outro, dude, like one of those 2016 YouTube outros.
I would say goodbye. What do you think?
Yeah, that's funny.
Dang.
You know those outro videos where they're like sitting in the car and then they
be able to play any game except for your favorite game. Only be able to play. I'd say any game because if you here's the thing.
I don't even have a favorite game, so.
My favorite game at the moment, like, if I couldn't play my favorite game, that would kind of suck. But then I could still do anything on the planet, and then something else could be my favorite game. Yeah. If I can only play that one game, it's not going to be my favorite game for much longer, because then, like, I'm going to get tired of it.
If, like, your favorite game is Madden, then you could play college football, technically, as a loophole.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
It's not the same game.
College football and Madden are different games.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said you'd only be able to play your favorite game.
Oh, I got you. But I mean...
And you would get bored of your favorite game after a while.
Yeah. I would say this one's going to have way more people.
Yeah. 6-7.
67. Only be able to dance, only be able to sing.
Sing, dude.
I guess sing, because I don't really care about dancing.
Dude, singing is a riz, bro.
I don't really care about either.
Who would pick dancing, bro?
I don't know. Never be able to go out during the day, never be able to go out at night. At night, I guess. I mean, if you can't...
I'd rather go out during the day, dude.
Would you'd rather never be able to go out during the day?
I would rather be able to go out during the day.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you can't go out during the day
imagine how white
you
would be, dude. Imagine how, like, pasty you would be if you were sitting in your room all day. You could only go out... You're basically a vampire.
Yeah. Be a famous writer, famous inventor.
Wait. People... Okay, this is going to sound really cringe, but people forget about inventors. Like, except for, like, the major ones, like Henry Ford, obviously, and, like, Thomas Edison. They forget about those. But most people remember writers like Edgar Allan Poe.
I would say more people... it depends on the thing. By famous...
Dude, imagine you had a world-famous book, and people were teaching it in class 100 years later.
Imagine you had a world-famous invention, like an electric car, and now the whole world is using it. Everyone's going to... I would say inventor.
Yeah. I mean, I do love writing, like, books. Not books, but I like writing short stories and stuff.
Be a famous director, famous actor.
Director. You get to make the movie. You get to decide what happens in the movie. And you get to pick the actors for it and everything. That's sick. I would rather be a director.
Yeah, and then also if you're a famous director, I feel like you'd have an easier time in public. Like, for example, like Tarantino. Like, he's a super, super famous director. But him versus, like, Brad Pitt... Brad Pitt is going to be harassed every time he goes out in public. Tarantino, half of the people I feel like aren't even going to recognize him, even though he's like one of the most world famous people.
People are going to recognize Adam Sandler though, because he directs.
Well, Adam Sandler, but I would say he's more of an actor though. I would count him as an actor.
I love Adam Sandler, dude.
Get stuck with a needle each time you lie. Get skinnier each time you
That
tell the
one.
truth.
I need that one.
No, but then you just like fade away. Unless you just lie all the time.
I could lose muscle too.
Unless you just lie all the time. I would say get
the
stuck
needle
with a
would
needle.
suck though. Imagine you lie and somebody just pinches you. I'm
46%.
surprised that's split actually.
Live happily in a kingdom in the sky. Live happily in a kingdom in the ocean.
The ocean would be sick.
I'd say the ocean.
Because nobody else is going to be there. There could be planes and stuff in the sky.
70-30. Salute every vehicle you see. Be forced to high five everyone you make contact with. I guess
salute is just like this, right?
Yeah, I guess salute every vehicle.
I think the high five one is hilarious, dude.
The high five one would suck, because what if you make eye contact with someone that's like kind of far away?
People would think you're an idiot.
I'd say vehicle.
Imagine running after somebody for a high five.
Dang, 61.
I'm surprised about that.
All right. Only child, lots of siblings.
Okay, what do they mean by lots? Like more than 2?
I don't know.
I'd rather have siblings, dude.
I'd say lots of siblings is like 5 or more. I'd say that's like 5 or more.
Yeah. I'd rather have a lot, dude.
Yeah, probably. Okay. Single for life, partner acts like single for life.
Yeah.
I don't want a partner that acts like a child. That's split pretty evenly.
Yeah, it is.
Leave your family, leave your friends. Leave your friends, probably.
Well, unfortunately, yeah.
I mean,
both of them suck. Let's be real. Both of these suck.
I just saw the audio go absolutely crazy when you said that. Hopefully it's not that bad, but I maybe should have put... I maybe... Both of them suck. I maybe should have put a limiter on the audio. I can do that, but it'll be fine. Whatever. But leaving the like, I live with my family, and so do you.
Yeah.
So that wouldn't work. Like, we would be homeless.
We could be like Jake Paul though and move into like our own little Team 10 house.
Oh yeah, if only we had like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
We don't need that. We can live in a shack for a little bit.
How much money you got? He has no money.
I have like 5 cents.
He has no money.
I have like 5 cents.
Leave your friends. I didn't even get to see it because I keep clicking.
That's a sign.
Never be able to eat your favorite food. Eat only your favorite food. Never be able to eat your favorite food. Now, my favorite food is prime ribeye. It would suck to never be able to eat prime ribeye again. Cooked medium rare, by the way. But
Sounds so damn spoiled, I know. I like just like some classic Chipotle, like beef and rice bowls, stuff like that.
That's your favorite food?
Yeah.
That is ridiculous.
Mexican food.
Never be able to eat your favorite food.
Yeah. You'll find favorite foods too.
64. Pocket-sized device that can answer any factual question. Device that can predict the future with 80% accuracy. Dude, that one.
Ooh.
Because think about it, right?
But then you could just like spoil your own life. Like, what am I gonna wait? What is it? I'm confused. What?
Predict the future with 80% accuracy. This is what you use it for, right? You can literally get rich off this. All you do...
Go to Super Bowls and stuff?
No, you just sports bet.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
You do like... Let's say you have like $5,000 or something. You bet $1,000 because there's a 20% chance it's wrong. You bet $1,000. You ask this thing.
It's 80. It's not guaranteed, but it's still super high.
You have 80% odds that you're right. And then
imagine you bet everything though, and you get like that 20%.
This is what you do. You pick a bet, right?
Yeah.
Where there's like a clear like 10-1 odds or something.
Yep.
You ask this. You only bet if it says that like the underdog's gonna win, so you have a huge payout. And then if it's wrong, you lose some money. If it's right, you get like a ton of money.
Yeah.
Dang.
That's pretty split too.
Close.
I don't know. I like the pocket one too though.
Change the probability of any outcome. Power to do whatever you want without getting in trouble.
Well, that could be really bad. And I guarantee you anybody that got that would not go to heaven. So I'd probably pick be able to change the probability of any outcome.
Probably.
Dude. Yeah, dude, you would get in so much trouble if you did that.
You wouldn't get in any trouble.
No, with God, I meant. Because you're going to have to face him
at some point. It depends on what you do. I mean, if you're...
Well, I mean, if you're not going to get in trouble, there's going to be people doing some pretty messed up stuff, right?
It's only you. It's not the whole world.
Let's be real. If we had that power, we would do some pretty bad things.
All you could do, if you could do that, you could just... You could just like. I guess I don't know. I guess there's not that much you
I'd
could
pick
do that
the.
wouldn't
I'd
be
pick
that bad.
gray.
Yeah. 56-44. Lose your sense of sight, sense of touch.
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 All right, let's do like 3 more. Video's getting kind of long.
82%.
That would. You couldn't do anything if you couldn't
Be able
see
to
it.
write or type extremely fast. Be able to read extremely fast.
Read. I think read. I can already type pretty fast, but if you can read fast, dude, imagine like.
I can already.
Dude, imagine
read
you could
really
just wait
fast.
till like the absolute last due date on like a reading assignment, and you just read the whole thing in like 30 minutes.
I can already read really fast, so I'm gonna assume that I can't, and I'm gonna assume that I get like one or the other. If I get one or the other, I would choose read.
Yeah.
But I can already read fast, so if I
Dude, imagine how
already
much
had, I would choose
information
the
you
other
can intake, bro.
one. Dream car, dream house.
Dream house, dude. And it's gonna go up in value. Cars always depreciate. My mom told me. Unless it's like a
All right,
90s,
one more.
40s.
Fly with a dragon, swim with a mermaid. Fly with a dragon.
Yeah. He's not picking that.
78. All right. We're probably going to call it there.
That was a pretty... Actually, let's answer this one real
all
quick.
right.
I like this one.
Invent a drug that saves many lives but be poor. Invent a weapon that takes many lives but be rich. I think we have to choose this one because if it... You're saving lives versus killing people. So...
Yeah.
You have to take the saving lives because if you don't, you're
Yeah.
killing people.
Imagine you clicked on the other one. How funny that would have been.
All right, 57-43. So we're going to call it there. I think that was a pretty good video. Peace.